Uh-oh. Where the fuck is the thing? There it is. Whoa. Oh, whoa. We're doing this thing. Whoa. It's minifigure illusion reporting from somewhere on brick ship Earth. Yeah. Look at that. We're on the couch. There's my arm right in there, dude. We're we're doing this thing. Let me see. The chat box is right there. I think we're good. Let's see. Let me just check. We're still getting used to this whole new dealio. Oh, look, I got a notification. All right, dude. All right, we got the. Yeah, we're joining the next reality, Carooster. That's right. What's going on, Island Ryland? All right, we're here, dude. Let's see. I gotta work on the. Okay, I see the little chat in the corner. Yeah, we're getting we're trying to modernize, man. There we go. And still getting a little bit used to this whole setup, but yeah, look at that. It's going to improve with this. I'm committed to figuring out how to use this platform with and this is the first one, but I think this is the starting point with the thing. So let me just get clicking here, and we'll go from there, right? Let's just see where am I at? Where am I? Archives, because we're boycotting the new Star Wars sets right now. I think that's kind of a common theme, dude. What's going on, Hobo Pro? Yeah, we're back. We're gonna we're gonna cleanse our palate after the earlier stream. Oi, oi, ay caramba, man. That was a lot of work, man. The funny thing, Carooster, is I was thinking about the Bigfoot thing. I'm a total, though I don't know, I am a total believer in Bigfoot. I'm super. That's super rad. You had an experience near Mount Adams, and I figured that's probably a good place where you would have an experience with Bigfoot is around Mount Adams, man. I dig Mount Adams. That's a beautiful, beautiful mountain. But yeah, it's here. We're trying to get a whole new vibe going on. Look at that, dude. I can see my hands multi-wayed. Now I just need to get the cues coordinated on this, and then I'm gonna take it to the next level. We're gonna build this X-wing. So yeah, I'm doing it. I went and spent it. Owl and I went and hunted around the property for a little bit in the dark. We didn't get anything, and no, we need one of those. But we were out there making a move. And doing that thing. There is a ranch. Proof is to see them. Really, there's a ranch, like a. Yeah, you should send me that link, Carooster. I'll take Owl up there, and we'll go see one. Sasquatch. I think they're here. That's probably why there's so much wilderness out there around here. I'm sure they're up in the mountains here too. That's probably why they keep lighting the mountains on fire, is to try to get them. But I think the Sasquatch can run so fast they can't really get him. No, my thing is I don't. You know what's cool, Rooster? You'll get a kick out of this. I went to a couple Bigfoot, like, I don't want to say conventions, but they were like meetings at this bookstore in North Portland. There was some crazy bookstore on the other side of the St. John's Bridge. And and down in the basement, they would have these Bigfoot meetings. And I went to a couple of them. They were super cool, dude. They were like the real searchers were there. No, I'm all in on on that. People try to see UFOs at the ranch more often. Mount Adams is strange. I had a daytime UFO flyby over there. Yeah, Mount Adams is definitely a super potent and powerful mountain. That was always my favorite in the thing. I didn't explore it as much as I would have liked to have. But it was always my preferred Cascade volcano, if you will. What do we got? The Spaceship Earth. What's going on? We got Big Dog 6969. We got the Hoarder 66 in the house. All right, welcome aboard. Yeah. So we're doing the thing. What kind of tinfoil? I mean, I guess we already started with Bigfoot running around out there in the forest doing his thing. Getting real with it. Where's the seat? We're putting the seat in the cockpit. Here you go. Traditional Lego seat. Right there. Boom. Yeah, see, it's more viewer friendly like this. It's actually like you get the experience of it building. The wood booger here. The Giver Pinch is very easy to get lost in. A great place for Bigfoot to live. Yeah, man, the GIF. There's a lot of nooks and crannies. That's a big forest up there. It is a big forest up there. I remember I went to the Goat Rocks Wilderness once, dude. I went backpacking up to the Goat Rocks Wilderness once. It was pretty cool. I think I went up there. I went up there with my dad, and we were getting back in there, and then he got like vertigo, and we had to like turn back, if I recall. Bigfoot actually has small feet, but is embarrassed by how they look like hands, so wears shoes like the big feet. Come on. Don't be picking on the Sasquatch, dude. I like Sasquatch better. Right? Isn't that the Isn't that the original people's name for Bigfoot is Sasquatch? I remember reading a pretty good book about these dudes that were looking for Sasquatch up in the Olympic Peninsula. The Olympic Peninsula seems to be like another prime space for Sasquatch to be hiding out. I mean that there's another giant chunk of forest there for you. Intact rainforest. The Yeti, yeah, the Yeti even makes it into Tintin. The Yeti is the Yeti saves the boy in Tintin. Yeah, I like the Yeti, dude. The abominable snowman, aka the Yeti, dude. Yeti's not a cooler for your drinks. I think that's why they named the ice chest after the Yeti, is to just like the same way Elon Musk tried to steal Nikola Tesla's name. Yeah, all sorts of trippy stuff going on up in Nepal, isn't there? Maybe I'll make it over there. Be super rad. Okay, flip it over and swing. There is one monastery there that has a hand and really. I read one claim that they have telepathic powers. That makes total sense. I have a theory about the Yeti myself. I made a video about it a long time ago. My theory is that Yetis are people that have walked into the forest and eaten a special fungus in the forest, and it does has a mutagenic effect on their DNA and turns them into the Yeti, but they have to sustain themselves on this this mutagenic fungus in order to remain Yeti. Sort of like how werewolves return back to being human after the full moon. I think the Yetis kind of come and go in and out of the forest when they run out of their mutagenic fungus. And so when they eat the mutagenic fungus, they grow because it alters their DNA. They grow and get off forest, and they can live out in the forest for long periods of time. And why nobody can actually catch one, like catch one and put one in a cage, is because ultimately when they don't have any more of the mutagenic fungus, they revert back to their human state of being, and hence they only end up catching a person. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was a kid up in this. Remember that dude that walked into the Maine woods for like 30 years and just walked into the woods and disappeared for like 30 years, and nobody really knew he was out there except every now and then something would go missing. I think that's how. Like, I don't think a normal person could like live out in the woods on their own for 30 years unless they became a Sasquatch. And I think the Sasquatch, because they are knows how to like evade humans because they know how to think like a human, though I don't think they realize they are humanoids once they take the mutagenic fungus. And so and the human who takes the mutagenic fungus doesn't know they're a Yeti either. It's sort of like, remember they did a whole movie about it. It was called Altered States, dude. Remember that movie Altered States? Altered States is all about that too, dude. I think Altered States is a truth bomb that they put out there to so that we could know. You know, because they like to hide things in plain sight, right? So what better place to hide that in is. And then remember remember that show they used to have, Meeting the Hendersons, with John Lithgow, where he was the was it Meeting the Hendersons? If you found the Yeti fungus, would you eat it? I don't think you would know if you found it. I don't think it's something you knowingly would go out and eat. I think it's a total accidental thing. It might be like a combo. You might actually have to eat like, you know how they make like the ayahuasca thing is like two different, like the roots, like, and a plant combined in this special like mixture. It's not naturally occurring in one part. I think you probably might have to eat two different things or three different things like accidentally together, like a little salad, like a little salad, and then you eat it, and it does its thing. So you don't actually think, you know, you might have to eat a nut from a tree at a certain time of year when the sun aligns properly, and then you have to eat, you know, and you have to be holding a toad, a certain kind of toad in your hand, or a newt or something, you know, just like some crazy thing, and then it all has like a chemical reaction, and you mutagenically alter. Hence the magic of the forest. Oh, I can't find this like one part, dude. Come on now. Oh, it's holding me up. Where is it? I have to put this aside. Harry and the Hendersons, that's it. Harry and the Hendersons. Yeah, while sitting on a... I don't know if you'd have to sit on the certain rock. It might be like you might have to like be on a certain time of the year, like the summer solstice or something. And then you're good for like a whole maybe a you know, an entire celestial cycle. Yeah, I believe that about Nepal. My my godfather back in the day used to roam around Nepal. Let's see. That's the one piece I'm missing. It's gonna jam up my scene, dude. Yeah, I believe it, dude. The Nepalese seem to be on their own trip, dude. They seem to be like full-time travelers. They're not too worried about any of it. Yeah, well, sitting on and touching, and you gotta touch your toe to the back of your head, dude. Let's see. I still can't find this piece, so I'm gonna move on to something else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm totally down with the whole Yeti thing. Yeti and Sasquatch. I'm down. But cook anything good lately? No, but I'm harvesting these. I'm growing these little melons that are like the size of like lemon cucumbers, and they're striped, and they're like sweet. They're this new thing I'm growing this year. I'm growing some new kinds of melons this year, and they're pretty delicious. I'm gonna do a full review. I just had the first one like 2 days ago. Not today, yesterday. But yeah, they're exciting. It's an exciting new thing to have in the garden. All right, and swing. But no, I haven't cooked anything exciting in a while, dude. I'm probably due to make something here in a minute. The cows are good, dude. The cows are just out there mooing around, dude. The cows ain't doing nothing but minding their own business, man. They really don't cause any trouble at all. These are all the same size. Hmm. Huh. There we go. Now the cows are doing awesome. The goats are all good. The chickens are all good. All the animals are doing awesome, dude. And the garden is kicked in to it's finally kicked in. So I'm gonna go out and make a video on the garden here in the next day or so for my subscribers, dude. And you can see what's going on there. I'm feeling pretty good about it, but that's you know dealing with the garden, man. That could be all right. So now I'm stuck. I can't get past this without. Hmm. Where's that? I need this extra piece, man. Where would it be? All right, these are all need to get pulled out too. Hmm. it's one of those elusive white pieces. There's I just thought I just saw it. It's got holes in it, dude. Anyone see it? Anyone see it? Now that you guys can see the there it is. It's in this piece. Boom, dude, found it. We're back in action. All right. Subtle how they pull that off, man, to get that little cactus. Thank you. I appreciate that, cactus. Thank you very much. We're moving on the new studio. It's funny. I was sitting right before I was put the stream on. A little video came on because I switched to the different channel, right? What's going on, Glenn Davis? What kind of fertilizing do you do in the garden? I use some natural stuff, but generally, dude, I've pretty much pre-fertilized everything with, like, this batch is pretty rich with cow manure and chicken poop and mixed in with hay and all the stuff. And then I add a little bit of supplemental stuff right now. But no, it's pretty much pretty simple right now. Because I went in and mixed up the soil where the garden is. I mixed it up for like a year before I even thought about using it. I was in there like tilling it up with the my tractor and stuff. And then last year when I put the fence around it, I came in and then I did it again. So right now I'm not really adding much like that. I do put a little bit of like organic fertilizer in there, but I did like I'm probably due. I looked at it, look at my little container, so I'll probably go down and put some. I'll do a video, just your basic organic fertilizer, nothing crazy, dude. I'm definitely not dosing it with Miracle Grow, dude. I'm a pollinator friendly garden, man. Trying to keep my bees happy. You know what I'm saying? And trying not to bum anything out. I'm just trying to get a toehold on it this year. My zucchinis finally kicked in, which is nice, dude. My zooks, my first batch got hammered by something. I don't know what. It's keeping a mystery to me. But it seems to be there's like one like corner of the garden that seems to be getting hammered. Then on the last Miracle Grow LO, maybe some DDT. Yeah, exactly, dude. Well, at this point, I just take copies of Rachel Carson's Silent Springs. I burn them in ash, and then I sprinkle that all over the garden, dude. I was tripping. I was listening to something, and they were hating on Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, claiming that it was some sort of like psyop, and that banning DDT isn't the reason that all the eagles came back and stuff. And I was like, what kind of like we've gone that crazy where we're now gonna say that Silent Spring by Rachel Carson is like weird commie propaganda, dude. Like that's where it's all. That's where it's at, huh? I was like, whoa, dude. That's where it's at, yo. Next, it's like saying Thoreau was a commie too, dude. Maybe. I don't. Does it really matter? There's nothing wrong with having idealistic concepts of how a society might run. How they get implemented is usually the problem. The implementation, the ideas aren't the problem. It's usually the implementation of said ideas that really lead to the problems. At the implementation phase is when it gets when all these ideas sort like capitalism. What are you, one of those? What are you, one of those commies? What are you one of those? So I ran into a dude today who this is pretty interesting. So I ran into a dude today, and he's going down. I know this guy, and he works on like building power plants. So he was on his way down to Texas to build a new power plant, and I was like, yeah, yeah, Texas needs all these new power plants for its data centers. And he's like, yeah, you know. And I go, oh yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, that's the power plant I'm building is right next to it, is for like a data center. And we got to talking, and he's a full Trumper who like in one sense it was very bizarre, because he was like super paranoid about it all, and he's like, yeah, I gotta go. I'm building these things at the same time, and I'm like, yeah, but like, what are you worried about, dude? What are you worried? He's like, they're gonna be listening. It was all like the paranoid. He was cutarded, dude. He was cutarded and building the power for the AI. And I go, there's nothing to worry about with the AI, dude. I go, it's all consent. And he's like, yeah, but they're like listening. I go, so what if they're listening, dude? What does that matter, dude? They're tracking everything. I go, yeah, so big deal, dude. Like, what are you paranoid about? And he's like, see, and I go, look, it's all by consent, man. And he's like, you think it's all consent? He's like, what about like when they shot Trump and all this stuff? And I'm like, dude, I go, you're worried like that? And this dude was like 65, dude. I'm like, you're worried like that? I go, dude, it's not good, dude. I go, what do you like? You don't want to be worried like that. Like that's what they want. You to be worried like that. I go, just get some solar, dude, for your house. And then you won't have to worry about them stealing your energy. Dude, by the way, dude, that's the thing that's coming. Talk about the ultimate tinfoil is, dude, if you don't have your own solar system, and you're about to get like harshed, taxing the grid, dude. I can't find this like one piece, dude. It's jamming me up, dude. All right, I'm gonna move on. That's the beauty with doing the sets like this. You can move on. I'm gonna move on. I don't even know what I'm moving on to, dude. I fully like confused myself. Where am I? Like, where am I? I was listening to the Steve Miller song the other night called Serenade. It had all the answers in it, dude. And then I was tripping. I was thinking about this Steve Miller concert I went to at the Hollywood Bowl where I ate all these mushrooms, dude. It was pretty wild. It was a wild night indeed. And and then I was thinking about how much I really do like Steve Miller. The Steve Miller band, dude. And I was like, I haven't listened to Steve Miller in a long time. And I was like, maybe I should listen to some Steve Miller. These are the things I think about sometimes. Like listening to Steve Miller, dude, and being like, yeah, I need to listen to some Steve Miller, man. I remember seeing Steve Miller. Not, I was at a restaurant in North back. This had to be like 1993 or four. I was at a restaurant in Northwest Portland, and we were eating, and Steve Miller was there, and they made like a full announcement. I remember and they're like, yeah, Steve Miller's here, and I think he played a song, if I recall. And it was quite a fantastic little moment in time and space. Speaking of Steve Miller, I think I did something wrong, dude. Oh, I've been looking for the wrong colored piece the entire time. No wonder I can't find it, dude. I hate when you do that. I'm more of a Steve Miller anthology, like Black Crow, Fly Like an Eagle. Yeah, that's pretty. That's more this cookie cutter stuff. I get more into what is the what's the one? Let me see. What's the ones? Um, Artist Steve. Journey from Eden is a good song. One of my favorite Steve Miller songs, dude. Here, wait. Let's see, dude. You know what other song I really like? See, I'm not one off of the whole. I like the anthology, dude. Like his early stuff. What is it? I have just a second. Hold on. Now I'm in the Bunny Steve Miller Band anthology. Okay. Hold on, dude. I'm in the bunny hole. Dude, why can't you get the is that a non Wait, dude, why can't I find it, dude? Hold on. Now I'm all now I'm in the bunny hole. Albums. Dude. Uh, well, dude, we're like, what's going on, dude? Steve Miller Band Anthology, 1972, dude. Where the frick is it, dude? Hmm. There's like a specific song I wanted to look for, dude, but darn it, dude. Wow. Anyway. Huh. I'll have to do a deep dive on this later, dude. It's making my eyes hurt. Portland's great for that. Yeah, Portland, man. When I lived there, dude, the music's that's the was the real bonus of living in Portland was the music scene. Was I saw everybody, dude. There's a bunch of actually good music coming to Harry and Pappy's, Harriet, Pappy and Harriet's down in the desert. Like it's kind of stacked up, dude. Built to Spill. You got a Built to Spill. You got Brian Jonestown Massacre. You got also you got the bunch of other ones, dude. I'm drawing blanks right now. My short term my memory must be shot. Uh-oh. Oh, it's this is what I'm looking for. Bam. All right. Steve Miller, good name for a goat. LOL. Yeah, that is a good name for a goat, actually, dude. The next goat on the property is gonna be called Steve Miller, dude. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. I'm down with that. Steve Miller, that is a good name for a goat. Huh. You always need good animal names for the backup, dude. You never know when you're gonna have a freshie. I think it's time to breed the goats again. Time for some captive goat breeding. Get some new babies, dude. Is that the Red 5 X-Wing, dude? I don't know which dudes it is, dude. I think we got Wedge and Luke right there, dude. Oh, look at that, dude. See, I'm getting used to the cameras. Wedge and Luke are right there. I think that's Wedge. I could be wrong. I forget who it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Wedge. Tan. I need a tan piece, dude. Where is it? That ain't it. There it is. Schwing. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling like this number bag's about to come to an end. I'm sensing it. And we're about to make the nose cone. Look at that. All right. Boom. Ah, here we go. Sticker pieces. Little. All right. We need a little ingot piece. An ingot piece. Yeah. So I was getting out to the I don't know. I usually get my ration and then I take like a midday nap this time of year when it's hot. That's the secret. And then I work on either side of it. So I was watching before this started I was talking about this and then I forgot. So I was before this started I was watching and the skater I know who's pretty big deal had a little blurb on this channel about being sober. It came up out of the blue and I was like, I think I need to reach out to this dude tomorrow and ask him for a job at a skate company, but not one that pays me. Just one where I can actually do like be part of something else that is like an accountable thing, but be like, look, I don't even want to get paid. I just want to be like, I just want to be doing something cool. Cause I realize that's where I'm struggling a little bit. Like I need to join like a little bit of an outside entity right now. And it needs to be one where I can do my thing. I mean, and my thing is ultimately like, but you know what I mean? I don't have but my bro, my and he's I would say he's a friend of mine. We know each other well enough like that, where I can be like, hey, I think I'm reaching out. He's a sober dude, which is key to the whole thing. But wow, this number bag just keeps going, dude. I'm ready to throw in the towel here, dude. Come on, man. Cut me some slack. I'm tired. I got tired all of a sudden, dude. Yeah, I'm ready for to go wind it down right about now. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, I think this dude showed up to like remind me that I need to actually, because I talk about it all the time. Like sometimes you got to ask for stuff. I'm like, I need some help, bro. And it's not like it's not like sober help, but it's only the kind of help a sober bro would understand of like everything's really going in the right direction. But in order not to drift, I need to be involved in some outside stuff that I have to be held accountable to, which is like kind of work related. And since you're probably not looking to hire anyone, how about you give me a job that that counts, but you don't have to pay me. You know what I mean? And then get my foot into doing something that's creative and but it's not here because I do think that like on a certain level like I'm ready to like branch out a little bit. And then it'll focus me back on the things I do. The do. Cuz my do is a little bit drifty. I'm a little drifting in my do and I need to get back to what I do, but I need to go like out to come back in. Since the big problem, Carooster, from like 3 months ago has seemed to have absolutely resolved itself finally, and I think we're on like a super positive track here on the up here on the mountain at the ranch. It's been a wild ride, but now we're like it's been like almost 3 months since that episode shifted gears. Come on. All right, there we go. All right. That's all I got, man. I'm gonna call it on that. Cactus, thank you for the tip to your talker for some studio update. I appreciate you. High Priestess, the scraps. Yeah, we're ready, dude. Caruster, I'm super excited about your move. I gotta get up into your zone here before it fall's a really good time to get up there too. All right, with that said, I'm gonna get going here. It's Black Moon Saturday, second new moon. Oh, is that what's going on? Second new moon in a month. It's a black moon. Ooh. All right, thanks for the heads up on that. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here. This is all right, let's go official. This is minifigure illusion signing off from Brickship Earth. All right, everyone, thank you. And we're kind